Cigar Company is your one-stop shop for all your cigar needs. Whether that's a brand new humidor, a box of those new cigars you've been waiting for, a top-of-the-line cutter or lighter, a place to enjoy the finest cigars and spirits with friends, or the only cigars grown right here in the Sunshine State, we've got you covered. Come visit one of our retail locations for the ultimate cigar experience. Visit us online at coronacigar.com.
How about that cigar?
How about that cigar?
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Corona Cigar Studios for episode 277 of How About That Cigar Live. Thanks so much for joining us live on Facebook, live on YouTube, and live on
Rumble.
Grateful to have you guys along for the ride. And of course, if you're listening after the fact on the audio podcast, thanks so much for making How About That Cigar a part of your regular audio podcast rotation. And here in the Corona Cigar Studios, I mean, sports-wise, there's just not really much going on. We're still a week, not a week. We're, 5 days away from the Super Bowl, 6 days away from the Super Bowl. I really couldn't care less. Chiefs and Eagles, whoopity-doo. Yeah.
The only reason why I want to watch it is because of the food. We get together and we eat food, bullshit, smoke cigars at Reds.
Yeah. Yeah, it's more just for the sake of partying than it is for actually
I don't care. I honestly, I don't want the Eagles to win because I can't stand them or their fans. Yeah, I said that. But
I agree with
that.
And
the Chiefs, but I wouldn't mind seeing them do a three-peat just to
it'd be interesting.
Knock that out of the record books. But
it'd be interesting. But I just really don't care. I really don't care. That. You were talking to me before we went on the air about that weird basketball trade today.
Yes.
So
what the fuck was that about?
Luka gets traded to the Lakers for who was it?
Tall dude, whatever his name is.
It wasn't Irving.
Antoine? No.
I don't even remember. It was one of the
fucking weird
one of the weirdest trades I've ever heard of in any professional sport in my whole life. I mean, it'd be like it would be like the Twins getting Freddie Freeman if we're talking baseball. It would be like the Twins getting Freddie Freeman and the Dodgers getting
some young buck.
Yeah,
because Luka's only
third-year guy,
26 years old.
Yeah, he's young, 26, I think.
And Anthony Davis, that's right.
Thank you.
Mr. Glassman himself.
Yeah, I don't get it. I don't know what's going to happen there, but, there
was some speculation that LeBron might be going somewhere else. He's going to have to waive his no trade clause, but.
I mean, they got to do something. He sells tickets, but, he's been playing a really long time. Yeah. He's getting older. It's getting tougher and tougher for him to perform the way he used to. Don't get me wrong. I think
he'll put some solid numbers.
He's an outstanding basketball player. The whole GOAT debate in basketball, there is no debate as far as I'm concerned. Jordan. And people are like, oh, you're being so disrespectful to LeBron James. I'm not being disrespectful.
Jordan is just a better player.
He's an absolutely outstanding player.
It's not. He's not even as good as Kobe.
I agree. I think I would put Kobe Bryant above.
Yeah.
Just I don't know. I just would. When you're looking at everything, but and then the Wild are still just. They got shut out again, like 6-0, just ridiculous. And the Timberwolves are still just blah. Watching the Timberwolves is like frustrating.
Yeah.
Just like watching the Wild is frustrating. Sometimes they just make some killer plays that make you scratch your head on why on earth their record sucks as bad as it does. So
I want to say hi to Matt, Dave, and Mr. Paulson. Long time no see, brother. How you doing?
Yeah, good to see everybody. As always, join us in the comments. Let us know what you're smoking. Let us know what you're drinking.
Yeah.
And any questions for our special guest coming up?
Yes.
Put those in the comments as well.
He's ready. He said everything. He don't care.
Everything is
troll
on the
if you
table.
want. He's the king of trolls.
That's right. Everything is on the table for tonight. So I think let's get into our Spirit of Mystery.
Yes, it is
brought to us by brought to us by Postania Cigars. Do you find yourself unsatisfied with the top 10 list from How About That Cigar? Well, you shouldn't be, because Postania Cigars Postania Cigar was number 2 on the HBTC list. But
hey, we got a new read.
Since Postania did make the HBTC list and found their way onto some other lists, you can also be reminded again and again and again with this Postania Cigars advertisement. Postania Cigars, the number 1 unranked. We've got to change that too. The Postania Cigars, a ranked cigar, a sometimes ranked cigar in the industry. All right, so yeah, here Daniel. It's now. All right, this is where I get to stand next to the
greatness. You're sitting next to greatness.
The shield of excuses. So I've been really, really sick. Just now getting back into the swing things. Cigars still taste a little strange. Everything still kind of food and drink and everything still just kind of tastes, and smells a little strange. This does smell like a bourbon.
It's a bourbon. And if I remember correctly, it's 100 proof.
Whoa. All right.
Whoa.
I really hope this is something that I love a lot, because, and it could, I'm thinking it might just be the fact that my palate's really jacked up.
I can fucking guarantee it's your palate.
Because this tastes like,
don't do it.
Pure gasoline.
You're gonna kick yourself in the ass.
I know, because I've been so sick and everything's kind of messed up, palate wise.
Yeah.
It smells nice, but flavor wise, this is like jet fuel, like pure, like
straight
gasoline.
Oh, what's up, guys?
Hey.
He
just gets himself in now.
Because he was on hiatus
I just
for so long.
slid into your DMs like that.
Oh.
Hey, I got something to talk
use
about.
Protection. Please do.
Look.
Yes.
Oh, thank you, brother, for reminding. We forgot.
That's why he's the
last
greatest
week.
producer on earth.
I know. So
we apologize for not getting you in, buddy.
It's all right. I
just gonna take a little getting used to it. You were on hiatus for a couple
I was
days.
gone for a while. I went on a little journey in life and found my way. Somehow I'm back and trying to figure things out still, aren't we all?
Aren't we all?
You damn right.
That's half the.
So pull that back up again, brother.
Oh, what is this? Firefighters for Healing?
Yeah. So this is Firefighters for Healing. It's an organization that gives parents of children that were burnt up in fires a place to stay, rent free. They provide food. They provide some clothing if needed, bathroom supplies for them, and they could stay there as long as they need until their kids get better. They have a red tie gala every November. I can't make it because it's usually hunting season. So me and Red talked, and I talked to Matt about it and a couple other people, and we put this plan together to have this event on February 15th at Red's workplace. And we talked to the guys from Crux, being a hometown cigar company.
Yeah.
They backed us. And then the other companies on this on this flyer are all companies that are donating stuff to us.
So you spend $50 to get in.
Yes, sir.
You get food.
You get food. Smash
You
burgers.
get
one cigar from Crux.
One cigar from Crux, and you get an opportunity to win
some door prizes,
some insane raffle prizes. Yep. So we got prizes from multiple. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
So we've switched it up a little bit. The door prizes are going to be gift certificates from the cigar shops around the city.
Okay.
And a couple restaurants. Acapulco, we didn't get to put on there. We just got them. So Acapulco, Sarner's on University, Columbia Heights.
Yeah.
And the Moose on Monroe.
Okay.
And then we're going to have another thing, which we're going to sell raffle tickets. Yeah. And that's where we're going to have all those other prizes. And
okay.
Most of them.
And so raffle tickets will also be available at night.
Yes, sir.
And do you know before the event, what's the pricing breakdown on the raffle tickets?
3 for $20.
3 for $20.
Yeah.
And I know that there are quite a few very cool prizes, including a very nice custom humidor, courtesy of How About That Cigar and Drew Estate.
We appreciate that.
So
there will be also some bourbons on there. I will be donating. Minnesota Herf Connection donated a couple cigars, a couple 5-packs from Riste.
Nice.
We have about another 10, maybe not 10, but 5 more 5-packs that are going to be in there, from 5 to 10 more 5-packs. There'll be some glasses, some other stuff. We're still working on that. We're going to try to make that as sweet as we can.
Yeah. So if you're in the area,
you
definitely want to.
Or if you want to fly in for it, feel free.
Yeah. If you want to fly in for it, absolutely. And if they want more information, can they?
You call me or Facebook me or whatever, or me or Red.
Yeah.
Red Fraser.
And you can find Raul's email address on our website, howaboutthatcigar.com, if you have any questions about it. And that's coming up on the 15th.
The weekend after Super Bowl.
The Super Bowl. I love it. All right. Let's get our special guest on the show.
Why don't we get him on here?
All right. And special guests on How About That Cigar Live, brought to us by Drew Estate. And Drew Estate announces a new member of the Deadwood line of cigars, the Girl with No Name Lonsdale. This new cigar features a wrapper leaf from Mexico in a slim and elegant 7x44 Lonsdale format that promises a slow burn and nuanced smoking experience. The Deadwood Girl with No Name Lonsdale is presented in 20-count boxes with an MSRP of $11 per cigar and is available now at Drew Estate retail partners. For more information, please visit drewestate.com. All right, ladies and gentlemen, if you would please put your hands together and help us welcome to episode 277 of How About That Cigar Live from JSK Cigars, Riste Ristevski. Brother.
What's up, man? I like that intro.
How you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm just watching you guys not know any sports about basketball, like names and nothing.
Oh, yeah. Basketball is on the low end of my priority list when it comes to sports.
It just ain't the same.
No,
you grew up watching Jordan and the rest of the guys back then. Malone.
I started to get back into it in the last couple of years, but yeah, it was I watched through it was somewhere around 2000 and 2004 is when I quit watching.
Oh, wow.
And I started taking it up again within the last two years or so.
Well, last year was so exciting watching the T-Wolves.
Yeah.
It was exciting
Wolves
watching
are good. Them. They're playing right now. I got money on the Wolves right now.
I mean, they when they're good, but they're just not lighting it up like they did last season.
I think they're still learning their chemistry. Everybody's been hurt. If one day you're hurt, one day I'm hurt, it's just they haven't hit the chemistry right yet.
Maybe.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
And Luca's 25.
25. Okay.
25-year-old. Yeah.
And how old is Anthony?
Oh, fucking 30. About that guy.
He's fragile.
I make fun of him. I make fun of him because he wears like a fucking onesie underneath his. He is fragile. He's Mr. Glass, man. That guy, he touched him the wrong way. Just don't bet him for boards. I've done that multiple times. He's fucked me over with an injury.
What's everybody smoking?
Yeah. Risty, what do you got lit up right now?
I got a Red Knight Toro.
Classic.
Yeah.
I am smoking a toothpick.
Nice.
Which one? You got the
Habano. And I was lucky enough. This is my second one off the new shipment because
Nice.
Tim Tubbs gave me one for Christmas.
Oh, Tim Tubbs, nice.
So yeah, it's solid.
Nice.
Yeah, he's a good dude.
I have the Maduro that I'm finishing off here. It's going pretty good, pretty tasty.
And I got the Tyrannical Buck, Connecticut Generosos.
Dude, I've been getting a lot of messages on that one. That one and the Crawler, because a lot of people haven't had the Crawler since the original release. And great feedback so far from everything. What's up, Mitch?
So, first question:
Holler.
What made you switch factories? And can you tell us the new factory?
I told Matt the new factory is called These Nuts. I'm not disclosing as much information as I used to. I just don't care to tell people anything anymore. What made me switch was this an ongoing thing of operations I didn't like. It went on for about a year. And I started moving in silent 8 months before I made the announcement. My partner didn't know I was leaving. One of those, maybe I burnt the bridge, but I had to be burnt.
Was there
keeping it real with you, you know what I'm saying?
No,
Yeah,
hey,
I
that's
appreciate that.
Was the actually I want to, if it's okay, I want, because it's been a minute since, I mean, you and I talk pretty regularly.
Yeah, but Raul and I mean, this is like first time I'm seeing the real Risty live in action right here, so I feel like we're missing something.
We've heard
here.
so much.
Yeah.
Well,
where do we start, Matt?
That's kind of what I want to get, especially for, because we were live from Ristafari many years ago, and you know, Risty and I have been friends for a long time, but a lot of our viewers, you know, especially people who watch How About That Cigar or listen to How About That Cigar that are newer, you know, they don't know, you know, kind of how you got your start, Risty, in the premium cigar side of things. So, because you do a lot of stuff, and we're going to talk about as much of it as we can. But from premium cigar side of things, you know, JSK Cigars, give us all a little bit of a reminder, you know, go back through memory lane and how.
Oh, God.
Why and how you started JSK Cigars?
Why I started. It was a year of a brand doing a new release every month, special release every month. I kept buying it. I was predominantly a Cuban cigar smoker at that time, right? And I was collecting Cuban cigars. At one point, I probably had 50,000 Cuban cigars in my walk-in humidor, mostly Cuban stuff. And I kind of figured out, I knew what I liked. And I actually went to the Underground First UG Festival. I ran into Noel Rojas, and I was interested in making my own blend. And I told Noel I'm interested in doing it. And Noel's like, brother, I get that same question 100 times. No one ever commits. Call me when you're in Nicaragua. So I literally flew to Nicaragua like 6 months later after getting all my paperwork properly done in order. And I messaged Noel the night before, hey, I'll be in Esteli tomorrow, or Managua. How do I get there? And he's like, just take a fucking right turn, and when the road T's are splits left or straight, go left and call me when you get to Welcome to Esteli. And about an hour and a half drive. I called him, and he said, meet me at you'll see the big statue in the middle by the Polo Chicken. Come pick me up. And that's what happened. I picked them up, went to the factory, started blending. I came out with the Red Knight Toro on the third day. I was there. I liked it. And I said, fuck it, let's do 5,000 cigars. I did 5,000 cigars. I waited. I went and picked them up. I remember smoking it with my brother in the car, in the van. I had O'Hare to pick up the cargo. And I told my brother, I was like, dude, this is fucking good. I ended up selling all 5,000 cigars in about 30 days. Went back, introduced the Robusto, Lansdale, and Lancero, and I did 5,000 of each. And I sold those in about not even a month. Most of them went overseas through my connections in dealing with, trading Cuban cigars back and forth. So I'd say 80% of that shipment went overseas. That's mostly all the Lansdales, the Lanceros.
Yeah.
And it just took off, man. I don't know how to explain it. I've always been asked, like, this would be my 10th year doing this. And, I always get asked, like, how did you get out there? And I tell people, and other people have said it before, like, one guy said, we've all seen what this guy fucking smokes in a year. And at that time, I was probably smoking $40,000 to $50,000 worth of vintage Cuban cigars a year. So that was my marketing plan, I guess. People saw what I smoked, and the guy said, dude, I got to try his cigar. It just took off, man. I probably did 5 to 6 years of traveling and selling cigars within a year and a half. If you understand what I'm saying. Like, it was a fucking hockey stick. It just fucking went boom. It took off. I started getting invited to countries to come doing shows out there. I hit Dortmund. I was probably outside of all the major players, Rocky, Drew, and all those guys, the top, 10 will say. I was probably the only boutique guy out there, deer in headlights looking at everything. And the second year I was out there, I remember Cornelius and Anthony, the owner, came up to me. He's like, how the fuck do you know all these people out here? Like, how are they all at your booth? And I'm like, man, like I've known those guys for 6-7 years trading vintage Cuban cigars. So, when I'm overseas, I had all the big name cigar smokers at my booth. They all wanted to hang out, and it just took off. People just wanted to hang out. I like to hang out, like to have a good time. I'm more of an in-person event kind of guy. I like to do events in person. That was going well, and then it was that second year I was out there. I had an issue where my shipment didn't show up. Noel Rojas, I don't give a fuck what he says. If you pay for someone to send your cigars and he deliberately sends them and not give you the paperwork to pick up your shipment while you're there, it's kind of a backstabbing ass move. So that's what happened with that. I'm in Amsterdam. I'm doing a show, and it's me, General, Alec Bradley, and plus, or not, it was PDR and Hoya, and me, a nobody, right? And I had the dude at General who literally looked at me. He's like, "Who the fuck are you? Like, I've never heard of you before." But I had guys flying in from Serbia, Dubai, Belgium, all over Europe just to come to the event to hang out with me. And he goes, like, all these dudes are here because of you. They don't want to see me. And he's like, "Who the fuck are you?" And I told him, and how that, back to that Noel thing. And if I put him on blast, I put him on blast. I don't give a fuck. He's a grown adult. My cigars were in cargo, and I had no cigars the day before or 2 days before that event, claiming I don't know what's going on. I called my wife. I said, grab the biggest fucking box you can find in the house, pack it all full of cigars, and overnight at FedEx. I spent almost $780 overnight shipment from Chicago to Amsterdam. Those cigars showed up, so I had cigars for the event.
From your own personal JSK stash.
From the walk-in downstairs, correct.
Yeah.
That shipment was supposed to give me cigars for Amsterdam, Sweden, and the Dortmund show. I leave Amsterdam. I get to Sweden. Sure as fuck. Oh, look, your cigars have been here for a week. I just forgot to send you the paperwork to pick them up, right? So the guy in the Netherlands gave some of my cigars to the guy in Sweden so I can have a show. I ended up picking up my cigars in Sweden, all garbage. Every single one was all fucking garbage. All fresh rolled fucking bullshit, right? The guy in the Netherlands, good dude. I ended up getting kicked out of the country anyways for some political comments I made, but it is what it is. Sent some cigars to Germany so I can have my show in Germany. So I kind of felt like the people in Europe had my back, which was great. I flew back to the United States. I literally said hi, and I said bye to my wife and kids because I got on the next fucking plane to go to Nicaragua and see what the fuck was going on. I ended up acquiring the factory that he was at, and me and Ronil had a great, listen, like, it's business. We had a great relationship. Things were great, making great cigars. But, two different people had two different business ideas and business plans, right? And I just didn't like some things that was going on. I decided to sever that relationship, go where I'm at right now. And it's been nothing but, smiles for me now. Not saying it was bad before, but, I've been dealt two hands. I kind of played them the way I played them. I'm happy with it. It came to the point where 2 years ago, where I was actually sitting and thinking of closing the company down, because people that know me know me. I will not release something if it's garbage. I like, just like the Crowlett release. That release was a blunder. That was the first release from the old factory. I kept about 80% of those cigars. I never released them to the public after the first event. I smoked those, and people who have the originals still say they're tight as fuck. It's just whatever. I just rather not put them out there. The classic saying, "Oh, a cigar is a handmade product," blah blah blah. I think that's the industry's bullshit lie. I get it. I'm a perfectionist, but I don't perfect everything, but I do expect like 95% and higher. But if you're consistently getting bullshit, something's wrong. Blend started changing, taste started changing, customers started calling me, what's going on, what's changing. Now when you're dealing with importers in other countries and you're sending, pallets and skids of shit, and you're like, oh, this ain't like the last shipment, what's wrong, something's changing. I just had to make a change myself, or I was going to close the company. Where I'm at right now, I have Cigar Page doing all my U.S. sales. I don't want to, I'm not knocking on shops, but what's that saying? There's a handful of people that ruin it for everyone else. I still have people that owe me money, and no, I'm not going to get that money, and I'm just tired of dealing with bullshit. So I decided to go that route, and this is where I'm at. I'm happy. I got a lot of time on my hands right now. Everything, like I gained a lot of time. My thing was like my kids. My kids were growing up in the time when I was starting the company. My daughter's 12, so at 2 years old, she saw me. She really didn't see me for about a couple of years. I would come home at 10 o'clock at night. She's already in bed, and I'm already out the house at 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning. I'm gone. So we would sleep at the same house, but I wouldn't see my daughter for like 4 days. And it got to the point where my daughter started packing her own luggage to say she's going to come hang out with me while I'm getting on a plane to go to like Florida or Texas or whatever.
Yeah.
So I had to make a change, and that's where I'm at, man. Like, I haven't told anyone that first story, but he did fuck me on that first shipment to the Netherlands for that. That's why I left Noel. It is what it is. I don't give a shit. I'm a business guy, and he's a business guy, and so I even called him and told him I was leaving. He didn't believe it, but it is what it is. Ronil was a great guy. He is a great guy. Don't get me wrong. He's a good dude, but business-wise, we just didn't see eye to eye. He was going a different path. He was growing. I was growing. For me, it was a perfect partnership for a while because I just told him, like, I just need someone to make my cigars. I need to make them right. And I will just travel the world and sell cigars. And all you have to do is make the cigars, and we'll both make money. Well, past year and a half, the plans changed. Construction started going downhill. And I just started hearing excuses that I just knew were bullshit. He makes great cigars. Don't get me wrong. He makes cigars for other people. But, me and him went from one table to a small factory to, a factory that can do 2 million cigars a year. And I decided to sever ties last year with that. So,
yeah.
So if you don't mind me asking, severing ties with that factory, did you get bought out, or did you just leave and say, I'm good? How did that come about? If you don't mind answering that one.
I will tell you what happened. I literally sent 2 trucks to pick up all my cigar bands, and that's when he found out I was leaving that factory. He called me, what's going on? I told him I'm out. I don't want the inventory. I don't want anything. All I want is my cigar rings and my boxes that are there. That's it. You can keep everything else. I'm gone.
Right.
Okay.
Now the question.
That was like a Thursday afternoon phone call, like 2 o'clock.
What made you go with Cigar Page besides some other sites?
Cigar Page is the number 3, going to be the number 2, pretty much online distributor. They do see some serious numbers. I'm trying now to reach, I want to reach that 80%. I've met the 20%. I've hung out with 20% of the cigar smokers. You know what I'm saying? The 20 keep you in business, but I want to reach out to 80%. And I wanted to bring my prices down because it's nonstop. You hear, oh, the prices are going up, this and that. Yeah, prices did go up during COVID. Logistics went up, fuel went up, fertilizer went up, so tobacco costs more. But they never came back down. on the retail side. I'm a business dude. I saw an opportunity to flood the market with really great cigars at pricing that everyone's used to buying yard guards, shit sticks. You know what I'm saying? I've had hundreds of messages from cigar smokers I've never talked to right now on Facebook that literally call me or message me. And Matt will tell you, I talk to everyone.
Yeah.
Hey man, I've never heard your brand. I saw the email come through the cigar page. I thought it was gonna be another yard guard for fucking $3. I'm literally buying 50 to 100 cigars every paycheck now. This is a phenomenal. This outkicks a $10 to $15 cigar range all day. Thank you. I've had people telling me, hey, I'm getting back into cigars. I'm smoking more now because you're making a great cigar at a fucking price that's unheard of.
Now, did the opportunity with Cigar Page and the factory that's now making your blends, was that all kind of a package deal? Are they associated in any way, shape, or form, or is the factory and Cigar Page separate deals altogether, and Cigar Page just worked out the distribution and sales end for you?
Okay, so the Cigar Page stuff. The Cigar Page stuff's obviously we know who Cigar Page is, right? We know who they are in the industry. We know how they do business. I have countless emails from 3-4 years when they started to acquire my stuff and sell it. You know what I'm saying? That's how they do stuff. Great people, but they know how to move numbers. I know the people there. And I met before Cigar Page was open. I met one of the VPs, one of the guys in Amsterdam. He is the one who asked me, who the fuck are you? And we've had a relationship since then. And he's been kind of like a side mentor for me for the cigar industry. And there are some people in the industry I look up to and I respect what they say, but there's also a lot of shitbags. And he's one of the dudes that I just reached out. I was like, yo, I'm thinking about doing this. He's like, hey, let me introduce you to this other place, small place. He came from 2 different factories. He ran their places. He's going on his own. I go, all right, dude, I'll send you my blends. This is what I like. I'll send you some cigars. And what he sent back, I liked. And then that's what we're smoking today. And I asked him, hey, I want out of stores. It's either I'm going back to direct to consumer. And he's like, dude, let us run it for you. Let us do your sales.
Yeah.
You know, their reach is a lot farther than my reach, obviously. You know,
well, yeah, they've become so massive, you know, since they launched.
They are massive. I know their numbers, and they're mind-boggling.
Yeah.
And so what I want to tell people is I'm still the same company. I still make really good cigars, but I just decided to hire one person that's like the number 3 going to be the number 2 biggest online retailer in the United States. So I hired that guy and said, fuck it, let's try it. And that's where we're at. For me, it was like the calm before the storm. Everything's set up. Cigars are getting made. And then when the first day of orders, I was in Louisiana. He called me. He's like, hey, they're going live on the site today. And it was like a standstill for me. It was like, all right, in the next 24 hours, or 48 hours, depending on shipment, I'm going to know if I did a good move or a bad move. And it's either going to tank my company or I'll be around for another 10 more years. And it's been nothing but good feedback from everyone. You know, But it was hard. It was very hard to leave the last place because I was very comfortable with it. You know what I'm saying? But there's that saying, once you get comfortable, shit starts to fuck up.
Yeah.
And that was on me.
So are we going to see some munchies on there soon? Are we going to see fuck the FDA on there soon?
Munchies and nugs I control and distribute myself. I can sell those directly to consumers or any store that wants to pick those up, they can. That's the only thing they didn't want to deal with. They don't want to deal with flavors on their site, especially the CBD stuff, which I get it. But yeah, there will be munchies. There's actually 2 nug releases coming out the THC side this year that's been ready for about a year. Nugs I still sell. I sell a lot of those overseas, to be honest with you. Stores, if you want to pick them up. I honestly don't care. I'm at the point in my company, I'll go direct to consumer, direct to store. There's stores right now buying Red Knights and Tyrannicals off Cigar Page and selling them in their store because they're getting them for fucking $3.
Yeah.
So is there going to be a wholesale list for the other stuff? Yes. Next shipment, end of March, beginning of April, there'll be a wholesale site. If people want to buy my cigars from Cigar Page, I'll give you a wholesale sheet that you can buy them at an even cheaper price. But I'm not knocking the industry. I'm not knocking the model, but that's not my model anymore. The model worked until COVID. When COVID hit, that model changed drastically. And a lot of people in this industry don't see it coming, but it's coming. There will be brands being phased out because the $15 cigar bullshit is over. People aren't just buying it anymore. There's a consistent cigar price. Every brand is raising their price around TPE or PCA. Like fucking, it's automatic. We get it. I don't want to do that. I'm the only company that hasn't raised my cigars in 10 years. I've actually lowered my prices twice.
Yeah.
And if it's working for me, it makes people question other brands. I've even had brands call me and like, how the fuck are you selling? Sorry if I'm cussing, but that's just how I talk.
No, we don't, brother.
We don't give a shit.
Brands are calling me like, how are you selling them cheaper than what I'm paying for them in Nicaragua? And my answer to anyone who's listening is, we might know the same people, but we just have different relationships with those people.
Yeah.
Now,
when it comes to the munchies specifically, there was, the in my opinion, and I expressed this a lot on our show and even on some other people's shows, there was a lot of people who disagreed about, whether it was quote unquote good or bad for the industry. And I feel like even though I wasn't about it. Well, so, but I don't think there was anything, but you remember all the shit that happened, with the people saying, oh, this is going to be perceived as helping the FDA's cause.
You ruffled a bunch of people's feathers.
Ruffled a bunch of feathers saying that, you're
marketing. Yeah, I ruffled feathers because my marketing was better than their bullshit marketing.
And it's still here today.
And it's still
here today.
Exactly.
So
the same people talking shit were the same people that were saying that shit are the same people who started the fucking flavoring back in the day.
Right.
Yeah. But I'm
naming of the
curious
flavor.
if you're still having fun, like experimenting with some potential someday new munchie flavors.
Yes, I have a Baskin Robbins of flavors.
Yeah.
31 flavors, dude. Let's go. I'm ready.
Dude, I have one that's really good. It's a Mexican cinnamon churro. That is phenomenal. The people that tried the Captain Crunch cereal, everyone asked me, like, when is this coming out? It literally tastes like you're smoking and eating Captain Crunch cereal with the milk, which is the mind-blowing part.
Yes.
And it's a great cigar. It is really good. Like the almond toffee, I smoked that for a whole year before I released it because I smoked the whole inventory for a whole year. I was going to release it, the English almond toffee. It's phenomenal. And I've had shops tell me, like, the Rocky Road, why did you tell people this was flavored? You could have told someone this was some special bullshit tobacco you found in some fucking field on the side of a mountain. That's not me, dude. I'm not going to lie to you. But that the munchies, in my opinion, and I know why people hate it, is that gap. It's the bridge between gaps. It's the bridge between the traditional flavored cigar smoker and a non-traditional flavored cigar smoker. And the biggest buyers of the munchies is the traditional non-flavored cigar smokers. The people who hate the munchies are the flavored cigar smokers, the ones who enjoy the heavy flavor, that thickness, that oily residue on the palate.
Sugary.
Mine was sugary. I didn't sugar cap those either.
Right, which is one of the reasons I love them so much.
Yeah, it is. If most people, when I would give people a Rocky Road, they're like, "Whoa, this tastes fucking amazing." There's like chocolate, nutty, marshmallow, and everything. And then I tell them it's flavored, they don't believe me. Like, no way, this ain't like a flavored cigar. It's in its own shelf in its own category in the cigar industry. Munchies. Yeah, people hated the branding because of their fucking ice cream on it, Rocky Road on it, bananas on it, banana cream Fosters. I did a 5-pack with the Fat Ash cigar, the Bruffest pack, which was great. It's just, I wanted to try something different. The reason I did the munchies is because the flavor ban was coming. Everyone was saying the flavor ban was coming. And I said, let me try to make my own flavor cigars and put my spin on it.
Yeah.
And that's it. And I told people, if the ban comes, I will stop selling them, but man, dude, that was a year still going on. I still got a lawsuit going on with that one. Not that one, but yeah, dude, this is the bullshit part of the industry. They can come on here and preach to you, we need to stand together, we need to fight this fight together. While in the background, they're fucking sending me lawsuits, fighting me, you know what I'm saying, for doing what I want to do. So,
Yeah.
you know, there's a lot of shit, you know, there's a method to my madness, and it is what it is, you know. Like, I have people every week, we're like, yo, these guys are talking shit about Munchies, and we all know who they were, you know, and they're like, well, we're not saying his name, we're just, you know, that one flavored cigar, or, you know, shops are like, we're not going to carry you because so-and-so said this. I don't give a fuck, dude. I don't need your money. You know what I'm saying? It's like, whatever. You're doing me a favor by not calling me, you know?
Yeah.
So that there is Munchies. I have Munchies. I just sent a bunch from Australia. You know, Australia, they smoke banana cream Fosters like it's fucking crack cocaine out there.
Yeah.
I still make them, you know?
Even though they probably have to, because Australia is really tight with the packaging, because isn't everything in Australia, doesn't that all have to be plain black and white packaging?
So those go to Australia in a brown paper bag and some banana Fosters.
Okay, there you go. There you go. But the cigars still taste good. So
if somebody wants some Munchies, we just email you direct.
Email me. Yeah, I don't care.
All right, cool. Yeah. And what about fuck the FDA? I love that cigar. That was one of my first ones I had a year.
Fuck the FDA will come up again this year. I was trying to tell Cigar Page to carry it, but they were just like, you know, the wording just doesn't kind of fit. So that will come out this year. So will my old stuff, my Cerna Knox, my Zlatno Solnces, all that's going to come out. I have all the packaging right here, actually sitting next to me. I'm going to ship out. So yeah, I have the opportunity now to, and I have better pricing because I'm doing, you know, the first shipment from the factory to Cigar Page, based on the 10 years of doing sales, was supposed to last me 3 months. It lasted me 72 hours.
Wow.
So there's that. So there's your answer of why I went to Cigar Page.
Yeah.
So now the only thing left on Cigar Page are the samplers, and they're telling me that's the first time ever a brand's come onto their site and sold out of everything except for the samplers. So samplers always go first. Like they couldn't understand why all the core stuff, the 5-pack sold, and we still have samplers.
Yeah, that's, by the time I got around to it, that was all I was able to get was samplers. But I was, you know, I get it. I'm a sampler guy because I like to mix it up. I don't always like to smoke the same thing. So
it sold so fast. They called me in the second day. They think we're having a glitch in the system. Tell your customers we're fixing it. And on the third day, go, no, there's no glitch. We just don't have a fucking cigars. They sold. So am I bragging? No, but that's the answer of why I went to Cigar Page. I want to reach their clientele. I want to be on their email list. And people that know me, know what I make, know the cigars are going to be good. Yeah. And all I want is that one person to buy that 5-pack for like $15 shipped to your door and be like, holy shit, this is a premium fucking cigar I just got for $15 for a 5-pack.
Yeah. And once you saw the numbers start going gangbusters like they were, when everything, you know, launched on Cigar Page,
I 10x my next order from the factory.
So okay, that was my question. Is so right away you're like, okay, start rolling the next batch of 5,000 or whatever it is.
It was say, hey, whatever you're sending me in March, roll a whole fucking year's worth and send it to me in March.
Nice. So there's more being rolled.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Is that the same factory that's making your Munchies and your other cigars?
So the Munchies is a variation of a nug blend. So the nug blend is the Munchies, but just infused. So yes, and the nug blend is actually the toothpick blend in a long filler blend. The toothpick is a chop Cuban sandwich where you're smoking. The nug is the long filler version of that cigar. So yes, they will be making all that too, and I'll be infusing that in the United States. I have the patent in the United States, the method and apparatus. You can look it up. You can go to Google Patents and type in my name. It'll come up. I own the method and apparatus of pretty much flavoring cigars in the United States. Anything to do. So I kind of did that because I'm gangster, dude. And listen, and like I said, there's a method to my madness, and I'll tell you why I did that. The whole flavor ban was coming. Everyone imports their flavored cigars. I wasn't importing flavored cigars. I was flavoring cigars in the United States, so I can still get my flavored cigars. So if they did a ban and people wanted to make flavored cigars in the United States, you have to call me because I own the method and apparatus to it.
Yeah.
So
I was going to say, Brian Lewis was talking about your Nugs blend that you mentioned. What strain is the new Nugs blend, and is it Habano or Maduro?
there's going to be a Habano and a Maduro. One is the Cuban Lynx. It's going to be Maduro 50 milligram THC, and then the other one is an Alien OG. It's going to be a 50 milligram THC version also, and then that will be the standard CBD 100 milligram nugs also.
Nice. Are you going to do any just straight nugless as well, or just the?
Believe it or not, the nugless did not sell.
Oh, that's too. Well, I bought a shit ton of them. I know that. So
yeah, no, and I had a lot of people, that work at federal jobs, and they're like, "Hey, man, like I can't test positive for anything.
Nope.
I take a chance." And so that's why I made the nugless, and it sold, but it didn't sell like I think it would. The idea was great.
Yeah.
But it didn't sell as like I thought it would.
No, that's. I mean, they're not all going to be.
Correct.
They're not all going to. So I'm curious about this, and I'm wondering about the possibility of an announcement of any kind of special anniversary cigar.
10-year stick.
Okay, so I'm doing that Cuban style. So I have a 5-year anniversary coming up this year for my 10th year. Yes. And then I have a 10-year that'll come out probably my 15th year. I'm doing it how Habanos does. They'll announce the 5-year anniversary and release it on the 8th or 9th year.
Yeah. Okay.
So the 5-year was actually blended. I left it at the old place. The 5-year was going to be a 7x34, a really thin ring gauge. And the Macedonian saying to that is "Necesite," and that means in Macedonian it's not forever.
Okay.
I have a lot more range. I'm allowed to do what I want to do now. I was allowed to do what I want to do before, but when you ask questions and you get the wrong answers to it, it kind of makes you think, were you really doing what you're allowed to do? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
No, so listen, I have the same access. Those cigars you're smoking are the same tobacco in the $15 cigars you're smoking right now.
Yeah.
And that's what I tell people. But I just cut out a lot of the middle stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm bringing wholesale pricing to the consumer. And I've been saying I wanted to do that for the last 2 years. A good friend of mine, BA, I was like, I want to bring pricing to the consumer. Listen, I like to make money, but I'm not greedy. I'm very humble. You know what I'm saying? If I can make some change here and there and sell metric tons of it, I'm happy with it. I have so many other facets of income that I do that, at one point cigars was taking more time from that,
Yeah.
Are you still doing the mail stripping on the side?
Yes, I did lose weight, so charge by the pound doesn't work anymore.
I heard you got a band out now too, playing a little guitar.
I didn't know that, dude. That is the best doppelganger I've seen, dude. Because everyone associates me with Frankie. You know what I'm saying? Like the Weather Report.
Yeah.
And I would fuck with people in like a couple of group chats I'm in. If I land in a different country, I'll stand outside the airport and I'll start screaming the Weather Report.
Yeah.
Well, people look at me like I'm some kind of fucking idiot, but it is what it is.
We should have got a picture of that so we could post it up.
I'll pull one up. You
dude, it was spot on. The one I googled, that one was spot on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
so when is that?
Yeah, go ahead.
When is that anniversary going to come out? That 5-year. This is your 10th year, right?
Yeah, it'll come out this year.
All right. Are you? I've been to 3 or 4 different PCAs. I've never seen you at any of them. Are you planning on going to any of them?
No, I can't go to PCA, and PCA will tell you some bullshit too. I got sidelined. I was actually in Minnesota when I got a phone call from PCA. No, not PCA. This was okay. I'll tell you 2 stories. PCA has a rule book, in the rule book, I can't bring nugs. And then they made some bullshit 2 years ago when Munchies came out where I can't bring any marketing material that's not approved. So now you're asking me to fund the PCA, but now the PCA is regulating me to come to the show. Make that make sense to me as a business owner, right? So I said, fuck it. I'm done with it. I'm not going no more. Yeah, I think that one right there, like the third one up, go one up with the red guitar. I think that one's spot on, dude.
Long lost southern rock guitar player.
And then I will tell you the TPE story. I was planning on going TPE this year with the other side of business I do, not for cigar related stuff, but I will tell you the year the FDA was at TPE, I was in Minnesota. I was actually with Guzman in his car. He was driving. And I get a phone call from TPE. And this is why I will always have mad respect for TPE and never for the PCA. I've said it 100 times. The PCA can go fuck itself. Jay Davis can go fuck himself. He literally messaged me, says, you should have came to the show. My reply to him was, well, I'm breaking the rules. Well, fuck. Someone released a gold bar or silver bar that year. It looked like a chocolate bar. They didn't do shit to them. TPE called me and goes, I have multiple large manufacturers and their lawyers calling me to tell you not to come to the show. And I said, well, what do you want me to do? It's your show. Just tell me now so I can save my money. Riste, I told him he can do whatever the fuck he wants. It's his company. So that's why I have mad respect for TPE. They just gave me a heads up that there are multiple brand owners and manufacturers who called their lawyers to have me not come to the show that year because the FDA was 5 booths away, and that was a year I was releasing the Fuck the FDA cigar. I sold a shit ton of Fuck the FDA cigars that year because I was there. So that just shows you, how this industry operates. Anybody from FDA come over and have a smoke with you? No, but I actually went over there smoking my cigar and took a picture with them at the booth. No, it was just blown out of proportion, dude. Like, all these dudes are like, oh, he's ruining the industry. He's doing this. Listen, I'm having a good time doing what I'm doing. I'm running my business. I'm having fun with it. Those guys don't pay my bills. I talk to everyone. I listen to all my consumers. I can't tell you how many people I've talked to in the cigar industry on the consumer side. And I bet you it's more than any brand or any company out there that's been there out here longer than me. I just do what I do as I want to do. You know what I'm saying? If you tell me I can't do something, I will go do it, and I will do it better than what you can do. You know what I'm saying? That's just how I'm built. That's just how I am. I started my cigar company on a bet that one guy's like, you can't start a company. There's no way you can start a cigar company. Yeah. I still see this guy, a local guy. I'm like, yo, check out the latest article they wrote about my cigar company. Just to be a dick, Yeah. But I like doing it. I enjoyed it. But there was a period about 1.5 years ago where I thought about closing the company because it just, after COVID, I wasn't into it no more. My heart wasn't into it anymore. The industry started fucking slutting itself out. Brands would be 30% on their wholesale, 40% on their wholesale. You got shops calling me, hey, so-and-so is doing 30% on the wholesale. Give me like 50 free fucking shirts, or doing, you can't compete with a company that's saying, hey, buy 10 boxes, I'll give you 7 for free. Right. You can't compete with that. Yeah. And you definitely can't compete with that if you don't own the factory or you don't own the tobacco field. So I was, my answer to all that was, I'll just keep my cigars, I'll smoke them. I don't need to fucking whore myself out to the lowest bidder right now, because that's what the whole industry is doing right now at this moment. Not right now, but at COVID. And it's still the same shit. Still the thing that never made any sense to me, especially when it comes to cigar shops. And I'm not talking, the massive chain cigar shops like Cigars International or anything like that. I'm talking like the mom and pop shops, that even ones that might have 1 or 2 or 2 or 3 locations or whatever in a certain metro area, when they damn well should know better, especially because they're also small business owners, and they should damn well know better, in my opinion, that
they understand how the fucking business world works. They understand
Correct.
that there are massive corporations that can afford to give away every third box of cigars they make, and they can afford to give away a truckload of t-shirts and hats and shit like that every week, and that smaller up and coming literal genuine actual small businesses cannot afford to do that. And
Listen,
and they still go after them, saying,
because
hey,
those are those shops. There are shops. I learned that the hard way. There are shops who just go after the brand new guys. They look at that list at the PCA like, okay, he's brand new. He doesn't know any better. I'm gonna go hit him. Hey, I'm gonna buy $6,000 to $7,000 worth of your cigars, but I want net 30, or I want net 45, or net 90, right? And I want you to hammer me an extra $2 for every 10 I buy. New guys gonna be like, fuck yeah, I'm moving inventory, because that's what the game is about. I'm not getting my money until I sell my cigars. A guy who probably puts his whole investment into it, he's a new guy at the show. And I've said this 100 times online. If you want my advice, and I've had brands call me, what would you do in a situation? I bad talk some shops, like, don't even go that way. Fuck that. What they would do is, hey, Matt, new line, love it, great, phenomenal stick. Let me get 200 boxes, 100 or 50 across the board, make it 200. But I want net 30 free shipping. Cool. So 15 days into it, boom, we're selling great. Give me another 100 boxes or 150 boxes. Boom. Now you go to get paid on the first shipment. Card fucking bounces. Yeah. Now you're fighting to get your money at 1201 with all the other fucking guys who sold this cigar shop, because your credit card won't fucking pay at 1201. So at 1201 at night, you're trying to get the reconcilement to get paid. It's like literally fighting to get paid first. And you ain't get paid on the second shipment. So now you're out, let's say 15,000 in fucking inventory at wholesale, right? Which you just probably crippled that fucking brand, who now has to come out of pocket to recoup that 3 months down the road, and probably spend double to keep going forward. There are shops who just look for the new brands to do that. I learned that lesson. There was a shop that did that to me. Never got paid. Yeah. That's what happened. That's the reality of it.
So there are shops that literally go after like the defenseless gazelle.
Correct. The one that doesn't know any better. The new boutique brand that comes out. Hey, and listen, I tell people, make great. If anyone needs help starting a brand in this industry, call me. I'll consult for you. I'll tell you where to go, who to work with, whatever. I'll do them for you. But there are shops who just poach those people.
Yeah.
And then you find out that you and 10 other brands are at 1201 trying to get paid on that night on your invoice. And like I said, there are shops that ruin it for everyone else.
Yeah.
That's why, shops were great. Listen, I started direct consumer. I loved it. I love direct consumer. Fuck, I came out to Minnesota Herbst like twice a year, summer and the Christmas Herbst every year, and you guys were one of my best clientele, where if you bought from my website and you had a Minnesota zip code, you got like an extra 15% off. You guys were like 38% of my sales for the year. So like, and then I started getting people you should go to shops. Hey, Riste, I can't afford a 5-pack every time. I like to pick up, one cigar here and there once in a while, So I listened. So I stopped doing direct consumer. And then I covered a good chunk of the United States. At one point, I was in 600 stores in the United States in my first year. People, when I made that announcement that I'm going back to shops, people at PCA that year I was there literally showed me text messages from the first year saying, I asked you to buy your cigar year one. I'm here to buy your cigar now. I want to be the first store to carry you. So it went great. I over 600 stores in the United States, 16 countries outside the United States. I was everywhere. I did 10 years of growth in 3 fucking years. And then I didn't get burned out, but then I just saw how it really ran. You know what I'm saying? Mm. Like, I was making good money. I was competing with everyone at my level. But now if you want to compete a little bit higher, you got to start pulling back. And I wasn't down for that. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't down doing the 10 and 6 or whatever, or fucking buy 10, get 10. It's crazy what's out there. I know I'm going to piss a lot of people off in the interview, and I honestly don't give a fuck. You can call me, you can talk to me like a man, or you can shit talk me. I'll shit talk you all you want to. So anyone listening to me, and people that know me know I don't give a rat's ass. After this interview, I'm going to go live my life comfortably how I am. But I will expose people if they try to talk shit. I don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah, I wasn't at that dinner. Matt Trenda's.
That was great on a horse ranch. That was fucking phenomenal.
Yeah. I've heard so many great people with great memories of that cigar dinner. That was
one of the best cigar events I've ever thrown, dude. And that covers every event I've thrown across the world. That was phenomenal. Location was, I think her name was Laura. Her horse farm, 5-course dinner. Parks cooked it with his other chefs. Cigar in between every plant. It was phenomenal. I loved it. You know what I'm saying? But it's hard to do that at a shop.
Sure.
You know, you can't do that at a shop because the shop's gonna be like, all right, we need to charge $300 for the ticket. I got to make X much. You got to make X much. I'm already down, whatever. So it's just, you know what I'm saying? It's just like I got tired of it. I told myself, do I continue another 10 years the same way, or am I going to make a change and see if I can make another 10 years the way I want to do things?
Yeah.
If you want to work with me, work with me. Trust me. It's I'm not going to lose sleep if you're not going to work with me.
Yeah.
So speaking of 10 years and events and all that, and I always hear all these rumors about these like awesome Ristafari events that go out somewhere down in your neighborhood. Is there a 10-year anniversary Ristafari coming up this year or something, or what's going on?
I think we're just doing a small one, maybe 5-10 people. You know, because it's like, I mean, trust me, I will do it again. It will probably be at my own house in my backyard. I have a pretty big, large backyard. I can probably fit a couple hundred people back there easily.
Oh yeah.
I'd rather do that there. I'd rather bring in fucking 40-foot fucking tents, line them up, porta potties, have my buddies who are in bands play locally all night, roast some fucking pigs, roast some lambs. You know, I throw a feast, and I charge absolutely nothing for it. And I'm, people that came to it, even industry guys who came to it, are like, how the fuck can you do this? Ristafari has always been my thank you for anyone who's ever supported my brand and decided to show up. It's literally like the cigar Woodstock. It's just 3 days of fucking chaos. Everyone brings beers, their own liquors from where they're from. It's a giant herf. It's like 3 categories in one. And then my family feeds everyone. My entire family cooks for everyone. All I ask you when you come is either the entry fee is $1 because I collect money to buy winter supplies for kids and churches and like places that can't afford winter clothing, because at that time in March is very shitty, and I buy school supplies for kids. So every year I'll collect a couple hundred, maybe a couple thousand some years, and that goes all back to that. And I ask you just buy one cigar. And when it's at a shop, you don't even have to buy my cigar. Go buy the cheapest fucking, I don't want to mention brands, but go buy the cheapest shit, stick in the fucking lounge, sit down, have a good time, dude. I don't sit behind a table. I don't push my brand to anyone. Most of the time, I'm out drinking, doing keg stands, or fucking passing bottles of moonshine or bourbon around. And, some people are like, whose company is this? Or whose event is this? I'm like, it's mine. And I'm like, what? How can I buy your cigars? I'm like, well, talk to that fucking guy. He'll sell you cigars. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I do very non-traditional stuff, and that's what works. And even overseas, I'll do the same thing. Like, I had an event in Stockholm, and one guy's like, oh, you're going after so-and-so, good luck. It was standing room only, and he told me good luck because Stockholm is like suit and tie kind of event. I was in my Timberlands with my fucking jeans and probably a black t-shirt on, standing room only. I did an event in Germany. We had it at a paintball facility. Yeah. We were just smoking cigars, shooting each other up for 3 hours,
Yeah.
So it
is. One of the other things I'm curious about is in the last, I think it hasn't been super long time. I think it's within the last year. You got, because you work in IT engineering, IT security, and you started with a friend of yours, started the Talk Nerdy to Us podcast, and it's gone absolute ape shit. So
that thing has gone fucking bonkers, dude.
Talk us through how that kind of idea came to be, how you got it started, and kind of what you guys want to get, what information or what message do you want people to learn from the show that you guys do?
So my buddy Vaz, local guy, Vasil, started it, and he was like a couple episodes in, and I was like, yo, man, like I've done 1,000 fucking podcasts. It's easier to do a podcast when there's two people talking to each other.
Yeah.
And so we formed it up, Talk Nerdy to Us, and we're getting a couple thousand views a week. And then now we're averaging, man, dude, 300 to 400,000 views a month. We didn't do a show Friday because he was busy and I was busy. It's literally an IT podcast. It is two IT guys that combine 48 years of IT industry knowledge, high level knowledge too. And we just talk about the daily hacks, how to not get hacked, how not to just, we just talk about the industry news no one talks about, like how the vacuum cleaners are getting hacked, or simple ways to protect your life, simple ways to set up your routers, just simple stuff people don't understand. Like, one lady's like, well, I have the new iPhone. Why did my Facebook get hacked? I thought I was fine. We try to bring the IT banter, and a lot of people that watch us are IT guys because
you're using an iPhone, first of all,
Yeah, well, that's the thing. But in that industry, you know how it is, where the IT guys just want to say something. We're saying everything the IT people in the industry want to say publicly, and it's
that they can't.
Dude, we just had the owner of Sticker Mule on talking about his stuff. We're supposed to have Randall Carlson on in April, I think. We have a congressman coming on this month talking about some new IT technologies that is very fucking cool, where they do the biometric scanners on your veins, and they can, so you only need a license. The machine knows who you are based on the volume and like how your veins, how it scans your veins internally.
Damn.
And they want to incorporate that into all the airports, which has been in the test pilot in Thailand. I've met so many interesting people, and I've actually acquired companies through that show where me and my partner would get hired on as advisors to the company for the IT department, and we would, they would give us equity in the company. So it's like I've acquired 2 companies since I started that show, me and my partner Vaz, in large platforms. One is, there's a cool company. It kind of went downhill during COVID. Well, it went uphill, but their AWS bill fucked them up. Their AWS bill went from like $17,000 a month to like $90,000 the next month, and they kind of fucked them.
Oh.
And we came in. So this place, you can Google. It's called How To. So what this place does, so how we're talking right now, you can sell high risk products. I incorporate the high risk products. So I have my own marijuana store for nerds. It's called Nerdy Spliffs, and then I sell cigars through my show too on that platform. You can do live screen shopping. So like the cigar you're smoking, someone can click on that cigar and check out without ever leaving the video. And so now we're in talks incorporating that in a couple platforms that have their own, like a QVC style, smaller kind of thing. And we want to incorporate that into Rumble. So imagine if Rumble has a capability to sell anything and everything. Like I'm talking guns, tobacco, alcohol, via video. We met the dude, we interviewed the dude who owns that company, just trying to get the message out, and then that show turned into me and my partner are the only authorized digital resellers of Data's cloud, Rumble's cloud. We're in talks with, there's a country signing on board right now. They just inked the deal last week. They're going to take over the entire country's DSM, bring on the whole government, the hospitals, the whole back end. We're talking to another country right now to take over, their whole server side. I'm in talks with a betting site that averages 60 million people a month who are spending $800,000 a month on AWS. And and when you tell someone they're spending close to $1 million a month, you can save them 15 to 20% at a fixed price. It's a no-brainer. You know what I'm saying? So those are the things I'm doing now, and like I enjoy it because that's my original thing, like IT stuff.
Well, think about how many more employees a small company like that could hire and do more innovation and more creativity if they weren't wasting $800,000 a month on AWS.
Don't get me wrong, this company makes over $500 million a year. but still,
I have no
you still
problem
have
with profit. I
yeah,
celebrate.
no, but I see what you're saying 100%. And that's one of the things we told them, you know what I'm saying? It's like, anyone listening, anyone that has a large corp, even a small one, dude, like if you have a server room, if you have AWS, call me. I can save you at least 20% a month on your bill.
Yeah.
At least. And it's the same shit. We'll just set up Rumble. You know, we're actually building, at the end of this year, you might see me in Europe. We're probably building an EU data center out there. It's like EU1, and then we're also in talks in South Africa for one. So that show, gangbusters, dude. It makes no fucking sense, dude. Like, we'll do an episode, and I wake up and there's 90-some thousand people already watched it in the span of like 12 hours.
Yeah.
You know, it
That's
just
awesome.
resonates with people, you know. So it's, you know, and then the cool thing was we started getting sponsors, you know. It's just, you know, people were paying, and then, you know, I've had some cigar people pay me to smoke their cigars. You know, I told people, like, in the cigar industry, man, if you want me to get your word out there, send me a 5-pack of everything you want. Send a 5-pack to my buddy. Pay us. I'll smoke it on live, and I'll talk about it. You know, I think the lowest numbers on the show for the whole year, I think we had one episode that might be at like 45 or 46,000 views, you know?
Yeah.
But, you know, it's just, that made me, that one was like a different change. Like when we started making money with them, like, oh shit, like we legit have to form a business with this, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's like, how are we, you know, I want to separate all my assets and everything. And, yeah, man, that's been great, you know, like.
Well, and the platform itself, that Rumble platform is so much, and we've been on Rumble now for what, a year?
Yep.
It's so much more open and honest and real. Correct. And no restrictions, no bullshit, no ticky-tack rules about, oh, you can't talk about this, you can't talk about that, you can't say this word and whatever. And Rumble's just like full on
fuck you, we'll
free speech.
So we have like an ad that runs for the marijuana line. For the, we call it Nerdy Spliffs, you know what I'm saying? We made a marijuana company to target nerds, you know what I'm saying? And I'm talking to the Rumble ad guy. I'm like, yo, this is what I have in my mind. He goes, what? I go, listen, a chick on a stripper pole, smoking a joint, talking about the product. He goes, all right, cool. Just send me the video when it's ready and we'll just review it. That runs before every show. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You try to do that on YouTube or Instagram or Facebook. Dude, that video, the links get taken off Facebook now because of that ad.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
You know, so like the owner, Chris Pavlovsky, he's also a Macedonian dude, but he is true free speech.
Yeah.
And I remember when he started the company, I ran across him, and, you know, because Macedonians have a yearly gathering. I don't go to them anymore, but it was like a yearly gathering. That's how I got my Ristefari idea, because it's literally thousands of Macedonians drinking nonstop for 3 fucking days. And I remember when he started that company, it was just like, you know, on a shoestring budget, and I think he just became a billionaire like fucking a month ago.
Nice.
You know, they're incorporating crypto. They got their own crypto wallet, which I'm going to help kind of teach some people on that over there. So it's a cool opportunity what that show's done, and it's just expanded
your reach.
It's just, yeah, and then you'll see if what I had a meeting today on goes through. The cigar industry is going to be like something. But, yeah, okay. It's going to. Yeah, no, I can't really say, but that was literally today. It's going to be like, people are going to be like, "What the fuck, dude? Like, how? Why? How did you do that?" You know what I'm saying? It's like, it's just nuts. So.
Well, and you brought up crypto, and we were gonna ask a little bit about that as well, because you do a lot of work with crypto, and you do your own investing, but you also do advisory work and stuff like that. So for the novice out there,
like me, somebody that's clueless, I have no clue even what to do to get into
somebody brand new in crypto, doesn't know anything about how to get started. What's the in your mind, the number one do and the number one don't with crypto?
Okay. The number one do's, buy it. The number one don'ts, don't leave it on the exchange. If you leave it on an exchange, you don't own it. If the company goes under or it gets into bankruptcy, it's an asset. It gets locked. So most people go to Coinbase, which I'm not telling you not to go to Coinbase. Go to Coinbase, buy what you want to buy. Set up a trust wallet, set up a ledger or whatever. Send whatever you buy off Coinbase to your wallet. Because I will tell you, a guy at work, The government had the one Mark Cuban. Mark Cuban was back in the exchange, Gemini or something. It went bankruptcy. He lost his entire portfolio. The company went under. And since it was on their end, you don't own it. So there's a saying, not your keys, not your wallet. When you start a wallet, download the Trust app. It's a trust wallet. It's going to give you 12 words. Write those down, hide them. Don't memorize them because you're not going to memorize them. There's horror stories of people from 10 years ago with 100 Bitcoin or 50 Bitcoin. They can't open their wallet because they forgot their 12 words. So what those 12 words do, write down your wallet addresses. This is what I tell people to do. Put it on a laptop that never leaves your home. Go buy a shitty $200 fucking laptop. And this is going to be your only wallet. Put your wallet on that laptop. Memorize or write down your addresses of where, let's say you buy XRP today, right? You buy XRP. You have a Coinbase wallet, you have a Trust wallet. You want to send it from Coinbase to Trust wallet, to the Trust wallet's XRP address. If you're done buying, I buy, I hold. I don't sell shit. I just keep accumulating. I can delete that app. I can throw that laptop, burn it to hell, right? 5 years down the line, if I decide to sell anything, I have those 12 words. Download the app again, you punch in those 12 words, and boom, it comes off the blockchain again. That is the blockchain is a uneditable. You can't edit it. You can't edit it if you have a supercomputer, but you have to. Let's say you got to go 2 blocks back, which is going to be very hard. If you go 2 blocks back, you have to edit 2 blocks back before the next block is set. Then you're locked. It's not going to be editable. So it's very hard to edit. And that is why Congress, I see, listen, I watch every Congress hearing, every Senate hearing, anything related with economics, because I'm heavily in the stock market. I have my own AI algorithm. I have my own telegroup stock market that sends signals out. I developed sports betting AI also. I have my own group for that. I use all analytics to find, gaps or, whatever glitches in data that makes money. Like I said, I'm in a lot of shit and I might span off on other shit, but send your stuff. If you want to buy crypto, don't look at Bitcoin is 100 grand. It's like 101 maybe now. It might have just hit 100 when it back 92 yesterday. Don't look at, holy shit, I got to buy a whole Bitcoin. Pick a coin. I tell people the top 10. If you're new, stick to the top 10. Don't do any meme coins. Don't do any fucking bullshit pump and dumps like on Solana or Pump Fund. Pick the top 10. Figure out what you can spend. And when I say spend, figure out what you can lose off your paycheck every 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And buy that much every 2 weeks. If you I bought XRP in 2018 when it was like 8 cents. 8 cents or 7 cents. Yeah. And I've been buying it since then. I've watched it go to $3 and I didn't sell it. And I watched it come back down to 22 cents. You know what I did? I bought a shit ton more, 22 cents, 34 cents.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So yesterday I made a comment. Everyone's all crying the market's done. I'm over here eating fucking a celery stick, waiting where the bottom's at so I can go buy some more. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what happens. Because if Bitcoin goes down 2-3%, all the other coins go down 20 to 30%. But there will be a correction. There probably will. It's not going to be like the ones previous before. Listen, I've seen Bitcoin at $1. Okay, that's how long I've been in this game. And I'll tell you a funny story about the cigar industry. When I was talking about cryptocurrency, I had shops call me, "Oh, you're a fucking idiot, bullshit money." Listen, when the original 15-count red night box came out, I probably sold 10 boxes. When ETH was $11, people were sending me 12 Ethereum coins for a box. So I can tell you right now, I probably have the most expensive box because I sold some coins when it was at $3,000, $2,000. So I have a cigar box that made me $20,000, $30,000 on a box.
Yeah.
But I was telling people, it's inflation proof. That's what it is. It's inflation proof. If the FDA, not FDA, Powell comes out and the inflation numbers are bad, the numbers are going up, Bitcoin's inflation proof. It took 30,000 Bitcoin to buy 2 pizzas. It might take a 100th of a Bitcoin now to fucking buy a pizza.
Yeah.
So that's just how I look at it. Buy it. Just I tell people buy it. I'm not the best guy to ask. If you're an actively day trader on it, you will have no life. You will literally, if you can't afford mentally to, let's say you dump $5,000 into it and wake up the next day, it's $800. If you can't deal with that, don't day trade it. Because I've literally seen some of my holdings go from like fucking $380,000 to $100,000 the time I went down the street to $8,000 a week later, and then back up to 80, 90,000. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's just, but buy it. Just buy it. It's not going anywhere, especially with regulations now, especially XRP. I've been pro XRP because I read the Federal Reserve did a study on it in 2017, I think it was, of the trying to find a replacement for Swift. And people talk shit, oh, it's not, XRP is not owned by the people, which is actually is. There's 11 validators out there where it's owned by 10 other companies. You can be a validator if you want. You just have to pay a shit ton of money. But you make money off every transaction. Just buy it. The dollar's garbage. You know what I'm saying? How you know, dude, I have a case of fucking eggs. I buy 180 eggs every month. During pre-COVID, it was $14. I just paid $98 last week for a case of fucking eggs. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's inflation proof. Just buy it. Buy the top 10. If you want to start venturing out, if you got balls of steel, go buy a meme coin. You know what I'm saying? Go buy a meme coin.
So what I've been hearing a lot of buzz about it. I don't really know much about I don't know jack shit about meme coins. What the fuck is a meme coin?
It's got a funny face on it.
A meme coin is a bullshit coin. You want to hear fucked up? When Dogecoin came out, I remember the first day Dogecoin was launched. Dogecoin was literally, the guy wrote, "This is just a birthday joke for my brother." He literally wrote, "This coin has absolutely zero value." It's the people. Haktua coin, there's a good one too. Haktua coin, she fucked herself for that, and she's not going to go to jail. You know, there's nothing. Meme coins are. I can make a coin by tomorrow and spend $10,000 in marketing and get everyone to buy it and then rug pull it. You know what I'm saying? Meme coin has absolutely zero utility. You want to buy a coin that has actual real utility. Like a good one is HNT, Helium Network. I bought Helium Network. Fuck, man. 3 4 Ristefari's ago. Telling people about it. I actually mine it. I have 4 miners that mine it. Helium coin is actually a 900 megahertz frequency. You know, you drive past farms, they got the water towers or the windmills. They speak at a 900 megahertz antenna. So what this transmits that on that frequency. My miners send that frequency out, and I earn coins off that. So that's a real utility. Bitcoin has no real utility unless the government's involved. How El Salvador is using it, El Salvador was a big one for it. They want to start using it as their gold. Bitcoin is slow. You cannot go to Starbucks and pay in Bitcoin because it's going to take 15 fucking minutes to pay for that transaction. XRP take like 3 seconds. Not even that.
Yeah.
One coin that is garbage, and I always preach this, and I remember when it came out, and when it got crapped on, is Ethereum. It's garbage because of the gas fees. I went and bought $1,000 worth of a coin, and because the network was so high, they wanted to charge me $800 to buy it. So I'm trying to buy 1,000, but they want to charge me $1,800 in total. That don't make any business sense to me.
Right.
Go buy Solana. Solana is a good coin to buy right now. Solana was fucking $8 2 years ago, but it was $170 a year before that. There's a cycle. Buy Solana. Everyone's making meme coins. So Solana is its own buildable language, we'll say, just like ETH, but it's scalable, it's faster, and all these meme coins coming out are on Solana. Trump made a meme coin, Trump coin, that produced like fucking $7 billion in revenue for Solana. So obviously Solana went up. So XRP is the same thing. XRP, share this video in 5 years. XRP will be used in the banking system. Bank of America is already using it. The problem was the SEC. XRP hit over $3. Then the SEC came out and sued them. And then it dropped down to 22 fucking cents. I remember that because I was like, fuck, man. A nice chunk of change I could have sold there. XRP is the only coin in a lawsuit recognized by the government as money, a transfer of money. So we've all sent wires before, right?
Oh, yeah.
You send a wire, it might take a day. You send an international wire or accept an international wire, it could take 2-3 days, and there's fees involved with banks transferring money. If you send a wire on the XRP ledger, it takes less than 3 seconds, and then you can send it to a guy in Australia. He'll have his money faster. You can put your phone down. Banks are going that way. Banks want it regulated. Once it's regulated, there will be trillions of dollars involved in that. The stock market is over $50 trillion in the active daily stock market. Right now, the total cryptocurrency market is like 3.2. I remember when cryptocurrency hit $100 million, and that was like no one was in it. But there's $3.2 trillion in daily cryptocurrency trade. So once these bankers realize that they're $50 trillion to move, JP Morgan moves $6 to $7 trillion a day between banks. If you tell JP Morgan, hey, it's going to cost you whatever XRP price is, $3 to move $500 billion fucking dollars, who do you think you're going to move it with? Every country outside of the United States have been using XRP, especially in the Asian market. Every Asian bank, you can look at all this information. I'm giving you straight facts. Every bank outside the United States is using this. The United States was the last one. They were waiting to see what the SEC ruling was going to do. When Trump said he was going to fire Gensler, Gensler's a piece of shit. Once he fired him, that's when, a month before that, I told people, buy XRP. It's like 55 cents. Boom, it shot up to like $1. The next day, $1.50. A week later, $1.75. Now it was $1.70 yesterday when it dipped, but it sat back at like $2.40 maybe, or 30 cents, $2.30. It's not going away. Back in the day, if that happened, it would take a week or two for it to recover. But there are so many more people in cryptocurrency right now that everyone's going to buy the dip. Everyone is going to buy the dip. It's not going anywhere.
I'm just looking it up here right now. XRP is at 272 right now.
There you go. It was 230 this morning. It was $1.77 yesterday.
Yeah.
There's a really good one.
This is the trend line for XRP right now.
Yeah. There was literally a guy yesterday, cryptocurrency's done. Trump fucked it up. And I was just literally like screenshotting him so I can troll him later, so he can look like a dumbass. Because it's someone that comes in. It's someone that comes in that just, dude, I know people that bought Bitcoin. They listened to me, and when I told him it's $3,000, I'm like, buy Bitcoin right now. He's like, no. They ended up buying it at 19 and went to 14. And he's like, I lost my fucking money. A year later, I'm like, hey, look at it now. It's like fucking $45,000. Why'd you sell? You only lose when you sell.
Yeah.
Buy it. I tell everyone, buy it. Buy it.
And I'm just dipping my toes in the water. I got I think it was back like November or something.
Yeah.
That I mentioned to you that I put $50 in XRP. And I was like, hey, go. $50 is $50, and if I like the way it feels and it looks like something's actually moving with it, which it does, then next time I see a big drop, guess what? I'm going to buy more.
So I will give you a hot tip, and I've owned this coin. I bought it at $9. I sold it at $29, and it's 2 pennies right now. I bought it again at 0.002, under a penny. It is called JASMY, Jasmine or some shit like that. It is Japan's version. It's Japan's version. It's one of Japan's stable coins. But that coin used to be, I got in at $9, sold it at $27 to $29 range. But it tanked when everything else tanked, but it tanked hard. And listen, if it goes up, when it went to 4 cents, I was like smiling like a fat kid in a candy store. You know what I'm saying? So there are coins out there you can make some serious fucking cash. One, see if there's a utility. See if the utility is real. Let it tank. And if they're still there, invest in it. Like HNT, H&T, I started mining it. I was one of the first 20,000 people in the world to mine this coin. There's over 2 million miners in this coin. DirecTV signed a contract with them. It went up to like 50 some fucking dollars. You know, the digital currency is there. Everyone's going digital currency, and believe it or not, they're going there because you can't lie on the blockchain. And that is why Congress and the Senate were always against it, because you can audit it anytime. And that's what Elon Musk is doing right now with the Treasury. You know, he's auditing, which is great.
I love it. I love it.
Every second of
exposing every last. We were talking about it before we went live. You know, the Doge Department of Government Efficiency. They're being really public every day. Like they pick 10 different.
Yes.
Like
he's on track to save $1 trillion.
And it's over $1 billion a day. The ones they name every day, and they talk about what this so-called expenditure was actually for. It should make your blood boil.
Oh, dude!
Any American who pays taxes, it should make your blood fucking boil at the money, the kinds of programs that we've been forced to fork over tax money for in the last 50 years.
There's one, he said, there was a study that spent like $7 million to see the effects of injecting cocaine into cats.
Yes, happy
rats, or
lonely rats, social rats.
Lonely rats and social rats.
We're all in the wrong fucking business. If I can write a pitch to have the government give me $10 million to fucking inject cocaine into fucking animals and give you a study, there's something wrong with society. There's something wrong with the people that run our shit. Audit the fuck out of them, dude. I am happy that's going on. But if you say something that you're happy like that, or you're glad, you're a racist, or fuck you, you voted Trump. It's just society is the lack of communication, or the art of communication, is fucking dead. You can't have a conversation with people anymore.
Regardless who anybody votes for,
correct.
To say, we should that program that we're spending trillions of dollars, or that we're spending billions of dollars on. The effects of cocaine on rats. Nobody should be happy about bullshit like that, or how the sound of a doorbell makes you feel.
Correct.
I mean, these are actual fucking government programs that got millions upon millions of dollars, and it's like, how does the sound of a doorbell make you feel?
Makes me feel like somebody's at the door.
It makes me feel like I just got
a doorbell.
Like I just got rammed in the backside by my own fucking government. That's how it makes me feel. It doesn't matter who I voted for or which party I tend to, give my attention to. It's fucking stupid. Those should be the parties. I don't fuck the Republicans and fuck the Democrats. It's stupid. It's either stupid or it's not fucking stupid.
I tell people are like, oh, you're a Trump guy. Listen, I'm a business guy first. I look at both sides, and whatever side makes sense to me is the side I'm voting on. Whatever side makes sense to my kids, for my kids in the future, that's what I'm voting on. All right, that's what I do. I want them to bring back fucking not just straight line voting. I want them to bring it. Pick the sides you want. If I voted Republican, I'm not gonna lie, I voted Trump the last 2 times. I like what he's talking. He's a business guy. This guy's done more in fucking 20 days than fucking Biden shit in his pants at the fucking Vatican. It is done in 4 years. Bernie Sanders hasn't passed a bill in his entire fucking political career. You know what I'm saying? I'm all for RFK going through the food cortex and doing all the food stuff. I watch my kids growing up. I spend extra money to make sure my kids eat better. It shouldn't be that way. Like if you go to the Netherlands, if you go to Sweden, that's when I first saw it. Healthy food is cheap. They promote healthy eating. I remember in Sweden, we were driving through Sweden, and there's a fucking McDonald's or Burger King, whatever it was. I spent almost $70 on 2 meals because there's a fat tax. They don't want you to eat garbage food, so they make you pay for it. But it's the reverse here in the United States. They make you pay for healthier food. Make that make sense. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It doesn't make any fucking sense. Dude. Leave the country and come back, and you'll see like 20 ingredients in our food is actually banned overseas.
That's
They're
crazy.
chemical.
Yeah, I've been looking at that. I've been eating better and trying to get in
And
shape.
whether it's food or anything, if basically what I've learned is, especially, and this is the one that everybody, as far as I'm concerned, should be upset about, is the whole food pyramid thing that was designed by the government, that was given to us and forced on us by the government, and saying this is going to make you healthier. It's the exact. It is a diet that has been proven will kill you.
Yep.
Oh, listen, at 27, I had a heart attack.
Yeah.
Eating bullshit. In the food pyramid, you're supposed to eat like 4 fucking servings of grains a day. That's suicide, doctor. Listen, they'll give you diabetes. The food pyramid was designed to give you diabetes. The Heart Association was designed to give you heart fucking problems. I'm a perfect example of that. All I eat now is meat, eggs. I just had 10 eggs today. That was my meal. I probably have a steak tomorrow. I just bought 30 pounds of New York strips. If I told myself that back in the 20s, this is how you should eat, no way. No. Margarine is one chemical away from fucking formaldehyde.
Yeah.
Butter is actually really good for you because your brain is literally 80% cholesterol.
Your brain is made of cholesterol. Yeah.
Correct. There is good cholesterol. Eat good cholesterol. Natural butters. If you go to, like, ever since I've had a heart attack, I've looked at everything religiously on the ingredients. If you buy a stick of butter and it says vegetable oil, canola oil, and all this bullshit, it's crap. The only thing that should be in butter is salt, milk, and a culture. That's it.
And maybe a little THC.
Correct. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
Listen, I went from 360 pounds to my lowest was 245. I'm probably maintaining 248 right now. Dude, fucking, what's today? Tuesday? Sunday, I had 5 pounds of fucking meat for all day. I had 5 pounds of fucking meat all day. That's a lot of food, but it's healthy for you. Once you start going that way, I started a carnivore group because I just believed in it. Dude. Like, I used to be on medications for like blood pressure, fucking sugar, all that bullshit. Mm-hmm. No more. I haven't been on that stuff in a long fucking time. I went to my cardiologist, and my cardiologist like, I don't know what you're doing, but just keep doing it. I go, this is what I do. I cut all this shit out. Keep doing it.
And all those drugs out there, they're holistic answers to it, that you don't have to go take those drugs. You know what I mean? There's ways to get around that. There's ways to drop your blood pressure. There's ways of.
Do you know what they give you if you go to the hospital for high blood pressure? Do you know what they give you? They tell you salt is bad for you, right?
Yeah.
If you go in the hospital for high blood pressure, they will take an IV bag that has 10,000 milligrams of salt in it.
Oh, saline.
And it will saline. That's what brings your blood pressure down. So they tell you publicly salt is bad for you, but if you go to the hospital and you have high blood pressure and you're fucking about to have
they put it directly in your veins.
They fucking pump it into you.
Free-base salt. Yeah.
Correct. Think about that. Don't eat salt, but if you get fucked up, we're going to pump that shit into you to save your life.
But there's also different kinds of salts out there. That shit that you can get on your table is probably not the best.
Well, and you can get really good high quality salt from a small farmer's market or a Whole Foods or something like that. And really high quality salt's going to cost a little bit more, but let's say you spend $12 on some really good salt. That's a lot cheaper than $12,000 for an IV bag of salt at the hospital.
Or your meds that you're going to have to pay for.
Yeah.
Dude, I buy you can go to Amazon. I buy San Francisco salt company, San Francisco based salt company. I buy their stuff. Good stuff. I buy 5 pounds.
I get this stuff from Sicily. I don't remember what it's called. It's from Sicily.
I'm doing the Celtic salt.
Celtic
salt. I have that too. Every morning, me, my kids, and my wife underneath the tongue. I have Celtic salt. It's great stuff. Yeah, dude. Like this ties into how I look at everything, and then the whole fucking cigar industry. Oh, $15 cigars, $20 fucking cigars, $50 cigars, $100 cigars, $500 fucking cigars, bro. The cigars you're smoking, the cigars I make, is the exact same fucking tobacco in all those high-priced cigars. I just chose to give it to everyone else that fuck, man. A toothpick is $2. To a Prala is what, $3.75. You know what I'm saying? So be it.
We've circled back to cigars.
We have circled back, and those.
That toothpick was good.
I mean, you see how fast those moved. We already talked about how quick they moved when they got on Cigar Page.
Yeah.
So then that it's like, oh man, we could just like double the prices of everything from that first run. I know you're not going to do that, but
here's the crazy thing. There are sites that bought the toothpicks for $15 or reselling for $22.50 and still sold out.
Yeah.
So
they're basically
am I doing something bad? No, I'm actually producing a fucking sustainable economy for other people that want to sell cigars.
Yeah.
Shops are like, dude, I can sell. Calls me. He's like, this fucking Red Knight, I can sell this for $12 all day in my fucking store.
Do it.
I buy it. Yeah, you got the same link everyone else. He's ended up buying like a fucking couple hundred sticks. Guy, my importer in South Africa called me. He's like, Riste, can you freight forward to me? Fuck yeah. Buy them, ship them to my house, I'll package it up, send them to you. He's like, these prices are crazy. You know what I'm saying? So I have people overseas buying 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 5,000 fucking sticks off Cigar Page. And they're like, what the fuck is going on? I made a business for my local buddy here for all my international customers because Cigar Page doesn't sell overseas. They don't ship. So I told him, hey, contact all the people that are asking me, from Italy sending cigars to fucking Iran sending to another guy, Israel another guy, charge them 50 cents. This cigar, it's a sustainable. He's like, dude, I'm making like $2,000 a month. Just selling my cigars for an extra 50 cents a stick, which is still cheaper than everywhere else.
Sure.
Sounds like a JSK virus or something.
Hey, there you go.
It's just that thing, like the industry see me do this shit, and then they're just probably like, fuck, I thought this dude went away. I'm not going away.
Just when we thought we were rid of him.
This is when he thought he was gone. I'm still in an active lawsuit from like 2022 over
Holy
some
shit.
Yeah, I have one company trying to strip me of my trademarks.
Oh my, that's still going on?
It's repeated. It doubled up in December.
Fuck's sake.
Listen, to everyone in the cigar industry that wants to sue me. But as my lawyer told me and told you as well, there's not a shallow pond over here, my friend. I can fight with the rest of them. I don't give it.
Well, I'm wondering if it's
I think it's time.
You think it's time?
I think it's time.
All right, guys, it is now time for this week's Numero de los Muertos.
I like this.
All right, so this is
who's this brought to us by?
Riste
from
JSK.
It's brought.
Say Drew Estate. Bring me in with Drew Estate again.
The Numero de los Muertos is brought to you by my taint.
Oh,
that's who it's brought to you.
Well, if you're out there,
hairy taint or just taint?
Greasy. I like the
greasy.
With a little bit from under.
Yeah. So the
we should call Cigar Page to take that.
They don't need our help. All right, so this one's a little interesting, but the number this week is 1 confirmed in history.
Jeez.
Ever.
Oh wow.
One person died as a result of this.
The result of this, and when was this time frame?
Ever.
But when did it happen?
When did it ever start? When did we start category ever?
Yeah.
The one that's confirmed happened. I don't want to give the exact year number because people start doing their Google foo, but I'll say in the last 13 years.
13 years.
Fuck.
There's one confirmed case. But there are many cases of injuries, but only one confirmed death from this particular cause.
Is it on land?
Is it a bee cutter?
This could be land. This could be land or water. It's not
water.
a V cutter.
Is it sexual from David Floyd?
I mean, I hope not. God, I hope not.
Fuck, man.
Although when you find out what it is, you're going to be like, wait, no, that was sexual. That was sexual.
The workplace accident?
Anal bead.
Oh
effect?
no, absolutely not a workplace accident.
So this is entertainment, huh?
I mean, I wouldn't call it entertainment.
Jesus
Gerbil in the ass?
Ooh.
not gerbil in the ass. No,
Hiccups.
it's not hiccups.
And it's not infected anal beads.
Not anal beads. No,
Are animals involved?
animals are involved.
Ooh.
Is it goat fucking?
Oh, it is no, it is not goat fucking. I don't know what you
Impaled by a
think.
horse. Impaled
It's
by a
not
horse.
horses. No.
Let's see.
Is there any other way to pull them, David?
Like you were starting a law.
Is there any other way to pull them?
Oh man.
You tied to the doorknob and slammed the door shut?
Oh, wow.
Pokemon Go.
Just by sitting by.
Pokemon
No, it's not
Go.
Pokemon Go. The animals are involved, and they're real animals. They're not video game animals.
Tiger King?
No. It's a particular kind of animal.
The mammal.
Yes.
And does a mammal do that to a human, or does a human trying to do something to the animal?
It's
Kangaroo?
It depends. Not kangaroo.
Rabies by a raccoon.
Nope. That's rabbis by raccoon.
Oh, my bad.
And rabbis, I don't know if rabbis are. I don't know. Are raccoons kosher?
Rabbis are just for the kids. Oops.
And this is worldwide, not just is it the United States? I'm sorry.
Not in the United States. The one confirmed was not in the United States. Europe. We're going to go with Europe.
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 What kind of animals they got in Europe?
Is
But
it
these
eating an
animals,
animal?
these animals are present all over the world,
Oh.
in pretty much every area of the world.
Is it
except
eating
like
this certain animal?
No. It was an attack by this particular kind of animal
Eat
on a
by
human.
Snake.
Not a snake.
Chicken flu.
A bird pecked you to death.
Nope. Not a bird.
Fuck, a goldfish?
No, not a fish.
A praying mantis actually somebody up.
No, it's not an insect. It's a mammal.
They're all over.
Very common in the U.S.
Dogs? Is it a dog?
Nope.
Is it a cat?
Nope. Not domesticated,
Oh.
but still very common in the U.S.
Bobcat.
Nope.
Parrot?
Not dolphins.
A cow.
Ferret? No, not ferret.
Parrot.
Cow.
Oh, a parrot? No, it's a
Reptile.
Mammal.
it's a mammal.
Mammal. Yeah.
Very
Death by
common.
dolphins. Humped you to death. The dolphin humped you to death.
Elephant stepping
Killer
on
whale.
Not a killer whale.
Elephant.
gorilla.
Not an elephant. Not a kangaroo. Not a
gorilla.
A gorilla.
not a gorilla.
Eaten by pigs.
Not a pig.
Be very cautious of a man that owns a pig farm.
It's not livestock
movie.
or domesticated. It's
Okay.
it's an animal found in the wild.
Cat family.
Not cat family. No.
Is it a rabbit?
It's not a rabbit. It's not a hippo.
Hippos kill a lot more than one person.
Yeah.
Fuckers are mean.
They're fast as fuck, too.
Hippo numbers are really high.
Yeah, they're like number one.
Hippos
or two.
kill like 2,000 people a year. It's not a hippo.
Man.
All right, give us another hint.
So mammal, very common in the United States. It found in the wild. It's
Honey badger.
it's in the rodent.
I said
It's in
rabbit.
the rodent variety of.
A rat being eaten by a rat alive?
No,
Squirrel.
not a small rodent.
Mouse.
Small rodent.
Not in the small rodent.
Is it the animal in a zoo?
You could find one in a zoo, yes. Not a
In
bear.
Europe.
Not a
It's
bear.
wild in Europe.
What about a possum?
It is a small, furry woodland creature.
Beaver?
There we go.
Ooh.
Beaver.
So what they do? Get stuck in the beaver dam?
So, beavers have been known to be extremely aggressive in defending their territory against perceived encroachment. They may attack humans when infected by rabies and can become disoriented during the daytime and attack out of fear. Attacks on land and water have been recorded for both Eurasian beavers and North American beavers. At least one beaver attack on a human is known to have been fatal. A 60-year-old fisherman in Belarus died in 2013 after a beaver bit open an artery in his leg.
Oh, wow.
Little motherfucker.
Look around and find out.
Man. Don't fuck
Tell you
Yeah.
a funny beaver story. You want to hear a funny beaver story?
I love funny beaver stories.
So when I was in Sweden, like how I have moonshine, they have their own version, and it involves a beaver's asshole, and they hunt the
Oh,
beaver.
yeah.
They cut the asshole out, which is natural vanilla, and they put it in vodka, shake it up, and let it just sit. So I had one of those sent to me. I was going to use it to Ristafari that one year, but I didn't have it. And so I have this bottle of Absolute vodka with particles floating in it, and chunks of a beaver's asshole. Beaver's asshole. I will tell you what, dude, it is probably the most disgustingest thing I've ever drank. But an hour or two later, when you belch, you smell like the most pungent vanilla. Like you have the most vanilla perfume on. It's fucking crazy. But yeah,
No, every
beaver's
time I tell
asshole.
a beaver, I'll be smelling their asshole.
That's true, though. A lot of people don't know that if they see something that says artificial vanilla flavor, almost every single time that is the anal glands of a beaver.
Correct.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it's interesting shit, man.
So don't
Just
go
drink
for
it.
the artificial vanilla flavor. Go for the real thing.
I can't wait to
The
tell my
more
wife,
you
honey,
know."
you better never cook with artificial vanilla again. That's fucking beaver asshole.
Yeah, you don't want to fuck with that.
So
All right, so that was this week's Numero de los Muertos.
I like that. I like that part of your guys' show. It's always interesting to listen to that.
Oh, that's a good time. That's
Not
a good
saying
time.
your guests aren't interesting. It's just
All right, we're going to reveal the spirit of mystery. I can't, again, I'm going to use my excuse of being sick. But, the spirit of mystery this week, I'm having trouble tasting really anything right now. So,
but you did say it was terrible.
At the beginning, it did mellow out a lot as I continue to drink it. But it's still just kind of this nondescript, like whiskey flavor. I couldn't even, honestly, I couldn't, I'd be doing a disservice to everybody if I tried to even guess this week, but we'll reveal it.
Old Forester, nice.
Oh, you son of a bitch. That's my favorite. You did that on purpose because you knew I was fucking sick. He picks my favorite go-to.
I think you brought Old Forester to the events at Ristafari.
It's like my go-to inexpensive everyday bourbon, Old Forester 100 proof. You son of a bitch. Well, nothing tastes good when you're sick. I mean, it's just a fact. Beaver doesn't even taste good when
Pussy
you're sick.
tastes delicious no matter when it is.
Artificial vanilla.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Vanilla waitress.
Vanilla waitress. There we go.
Yeah, buddy.
All right. So let's do a little lightning round action. We didn't do we never did lightning round with Riste because when we actually had Riste on the show and talked, we were all at Ristafari and so hammered.
I don't remember I
guarantee.
was on the show. I'd have to look up that episode. I
Yeah.
thought this was my second time on the show.
All right. So
I'll start it.
You want to jump in?
Yeah.
Okay.
I know you're eating better now, but what do you think is the most overrated franchise, fast food franchise, and the most underrated fast food franchise?
Oh, fuck, man. Man, I don't know. Overrated? McDonald's. Underrated? Oh, man, I don't know. I would say Dairy Queen. They make good burgers.
Yeah.
God,
You don't just go there for the ice cream.
I haven't had Burger King or Dairy Queen in a while.
Is it even ice cream?
Not really, but I mean,
No, it's got
Christy's
artificial
right.
vanilla
They
in
do
it.
have good burgers.
I know, but they call it Dairy Queen, and there's no dairy in the fucking cream.
No,
you
there's
gotta go to
dairy.
you gotta go to the Dairy Queen. There it says Dairy Queen Grill.
There you go.
Yeah.
But is that vanilla real vanilla?
Yeah, or is it artificial vanilla?
No, that's artificial as fuck.
That's
They're not
all
harvesting beef. There's not a warehouse of beavers' assholes fucking being sucked out somewhere.
The hell with the beaver coat and the hat. We want the anus.
You imagine that? Like, yeah, you know what? Let's try that part. We haven't ate yet. See what that tastes like.
There you go.
Who came across that one?
I want to be in that like discovery meeting.
All right, Buck. So, next question. If you were about to get into a fight, what would your soundtrack music be?
Oh, man. Just to fuck with people's heads, the Doors, Roadhouse Blues.
Oh, that's a good one.
Because they won't know if yeah, dude, yeah.
I think that's first time, and that I fucking totally dig that answer. I love that. I don't think I want Justin. I want you to hit this question because I don't think Risty's had this one before.
I'm dying to hear his answer.
I know.
All right, you ready, Risty?
Yeah.
The zombies are coming. You get 3 people to be on your zombie apocalypse survival squad from the cigar industry. Who do you pick and why?
Who do I pick and why? First, Matt Booth.
There you go.
Third on my team. Oh man. I would pick Alex Swenson. You probably don't know him, but he's out there. He's like 6'9" jiu-jitsu fucking judo master.
Oh hell yeah.
Yeah. And plus, yeah. I don't know, dude. That's a good fucking question. Matt Booth for sure. I think I think for personally, me and Matt Booth can take anyone. We can do a 2-on-5. I don't care.
Yeah. Yeah. Fuck yeah.
I've been known to suplex and drop someone on their neck before, so it's all good. You know.
So who?
I don't enjoy fighting.
You pick 2. Who's your third?
Alex Swenson.
That's 2.
Matt Booth is
Matt
my
Booth.
2. Oh, I thought including
Not
me.
yourself? No.
Oh, if I had picked 3 fucking people?
Yeah, you get one more.
Man. I would say Skip Martin, but I don't want to say Skip Martin because if he gets fucked up, I don't want to carry his ass.
But you do need a sacrificial lamb that you can outrun.
I would, true, or a diversion. I would pick I would pick any female cigar influencer and send her in the wild. And I'm not knocking all the female people in the cigar industry, but I'm just saying I'd pick like an influencer and just send them go out in the wild. You know what I'm saying? That sacrificial goat, you know, like in Jurassic Park, they tied up to the stick.
There you go.
Are we just thinking about one?
They're all the same to me. You know, it is what it is. I've read hundreds of messages from them. Hey, send me $1,000. I'll post your picture smoking a cigar. Hey, send me $500. I was like, dude, go fuck yourself. You're barking up the wrong fucking tree. It is what it is, man.
All right, let's talk about notable smokables from this week. So, Risty, on notable smokables, each week, each of us names a cigar we smoked recently that was notable to us. Now, it could be a cigar that's been on the market forever that we smoked for the first time in a really long time, or a cigar that's brand new that we smoked for the first time ever. Something that just really stood out to you. Obviously, you're smoking, you know, I know you smoke a lot of different stuff.
I smoke a lot of different people. I enjoy smoking a lot of people's stuff. The first notable for this or last year was Lure Cigars from Lou Cross. He gave me his Habano box press when I saw him in Kentucky. Most recent notable would be the Barbaros or Barhas?
Barbarossa?
Yes, the Barbarossa box press.
Oh, nice.
Aventura.
Yes, Aventura.
Yeah.
Oh,
that
nice.
was the most recent notable. I enjoyed that cigar. I actually went and bought that cigar.
Okay.
At retail.
Mine is also Aventura.
Oh, yeah?
Nice.
And it's Queen's Pearl Toro.
Nice.
Oh, the Toro.
The Toro. I usually go towards their Lancero.
Yeah, they're getting harder and harder to find those Lanceros now. So yeah, the Toros are easier to find.
And he's good people. He's really genuine good people too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Justy, what about your notable this week?
I think I have this one right. I didn't have a name on the actual cigar, but the Principal Cigars Frothy Monkey.
Oh man, I have not. Yeah.
I had one of those lying around for a while.
Yeah, that's from a couple years ago. Yeah, maybe more than a couple of years, but yeah,
that's probably in 2021.
Yeah, is that the one where the band is like a ribbon?
No, it's just got the monkey on it. I have.
Oh yeah.
The other Principal has the ribbon. There's a couple of them do, but
yeah. Mine was old school. I went back to. It wasn't an early release before they changed the artwork on the bands, but it was one probably from 8 or 9 years ago. An old Espinosa 601 Blue Maduro, just super bold, nice, strong, peppery cigar. I had one of those. So last week, Tuesday, before I got sick, I had one of Riste's.
He got the Riste virus.
I had the tyrannical buck, and then I had the 601 Blue, and then the next day my world fucking blew up, and I couldn't taste a damn thing, and I got super sick. But those two cigars, that was a good cigar day because I had those two cigars that day, and that 601 Blue reminded me of just that old classic like strong Espinosa blend from that got me into Espinosa back in the day. So coming attractions, his eyes get really big. Like, so we're working on stuff. We do have. We're working on the next couple of weeks. We do have a guest scheduled for the end of February. We have a guest scheduled for the first Monday in March and the last Monday in March. But those fill in those days in between because the cigar season's getting busy like crazy. Like TPE just happened, and people are, and also Pro Sabor just happened, and people are heading out to Dominican for Pro Cigar. And then the trade show is going to happen in April, and there's just a lot of travel. So, we're filling in days.
Let's be honest.
What's that?
Let's be honest.
If it was just us three fucking giving a show, it'd be badass anyway.
That's true.
That's true.
That's true.
We are working.
So if we just
working on another pairing coming up.
We're working on a pairing show as well. Ed Porter is going to be back on the show. Porter. Chef Ed Porter is going to be back on the show again. Doing more. We love doing cigar pairing stuff with him because he's got a good laid back attitude about it, and we get to learn a little bit more about food each time. So,
and we might have throw a new twist in there, maybe a versus day.
There you go.
Pick a couple of cigars and let's see which one's better.
Yeah, pairing wars.
$12. You pick yours, I'll pick mine, and we'll see.
I like it.
We're fucking off the rails. We'll do whatever the hell we want.
Yeah, we're gonna do what we want.
As you should. as you should, man.
Well, Buck, as always, brother, just an
man. I appreciate you having me, man.
Hanging out with you.
So I wanted to say the fire, the benefit you're doing. Just give something up from me. Run it as a raffle. Send me their address. I'll send them a 6-pack or a 12-pack or something out of my humidor. Yeah, just let me know.
Well, now that I finally met you and talked to you, I understand why so many people love you in Minnesota, brother.
Oh man, thank you, man.
Appreciate you.
Yeah, man. I just try to do good things, man.
If people want to, learn more about getting their hands on some JSK cigars
And some munchies.
or if they want to learn about, crypto, or they want to learn about
You
IT.
want to learn anything, dude. I talk to everyone. You want to learn your business, structure your business, IT, stock markets, sport, whatever, dude. Hit me up.
How do they find you on? How do they find you, like on IG and Rumble and stuff like that?
Rumble, just look up Talk Nerdy to me or to us. Talk Nerdy, the number 2 to us. On Instagram, it's Yasim Crow _. On Facebook, it's Riste Ristevski, spelled wrong. And that's it. If the blue verified checkmark, don't message that account because I won't reply. That's just my backup because I've lost my main account like 4 times one time. So it is what it is. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, brother, had a blast hanging out with you.
Yeah, man. Me too. Thank you guys. Thanks for having me.
being on with us.
Thanks for letting me share my story, and I'll be happy to come shoot the shit with you guys anytime, man.
Love it.
Awesome. Thanks,
Awesome.
brother.
Cool.
Well, viewers and listeners, thanks for being the best part of How About That Cigar Live. Really appreciate you guys hanging out with us tonight on Facebook, on YouTube, and on
Rumble.
And of course, if you're listening after the fact on the audio podcast, thanks for making How About That Cigar a part of your regular audio podcast rotation. Of course, there's so many big, beautiful buttons out there, whether you're on any of those platforms. But
smash them all.
click on all those buttons, whether it's the like button, the follow button, the subscribe button, all that good stuff, so you won't miss anything we have going on. If you have questions for any of us, you can email us on the website, howaboutthatcigar.com. Be sure to follow us on all of your favorite social media platforms. You'll find us at HBT Cigar. And of course, until we see you guys next time, burn cigars,
not bridges.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Any comments, opinions, viewpoints, or statements presented or uttered by guests on the HBTC podcast, HBTC live video streams, and all other media from HBT Media LLC are solely those of the individual and do not necessarily represent the opinions or viewpoints of How About That Cigar or its parent company, HBT Media LLC, any of our advertising partners, or the premium cigar industry. The primary purpose of How About That Cigar is to entertain and to encourage activity and growth within the community of people who enjoy or want to learn about the enjoyment of premium cigars.